ElevenLabs just released their new conversational AI 2.0, and I have been amazed by its ability to switch seamlessly between languages. So in this video, I'm going to go over the new ElevenLabs Conversational AI 2.0, the new features it has, and test out its features. You'll also see me talk to the agent, so stay tuned for that. And I'll tell you what I think about this AI agent in the end, so please stick around and let's get right into it. So the biggest change to ElevenLabs Conversational AI 2.0 is its ability to seamlessly switch between languages. So now ElevenLabs supports up to 30 different languages, I think it was. So now you can add additional languages here, and yeah, I just selected all. So it supports all these languages over here, so like Arabic, Bulgarian, like Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese, etc. So yeah, it can switch seamlessly between these two languages. I have set the agent language as English as a default for now, and yeah, this is just a quick demo for a dentist. So yeah, and then I'm not going to go over the prompt. But yeah, there is a handy tool here, so add variable. So what you can do here is you could add these default ElevenLabs variables, or you could add your own custom variable here. So you could add something like first name. Let's say you want to customize the call. Let's say you want to customize the call and recognize the caller by their name. So yeah, you would want to put something like that here. So yeah, you can add all your dynamic variables here. So first name, last name. And yeah, you would have seen it in my previous videos, but what you would do is, just put something like caller information, last name, first name. Yeah, so you would set it up like this. And another useful feature that has been introduced by ElevenLabs is a prompt generator here. So yeah, describe the desired agent, and then by clicking this button, you can generate an entire prompt with AI. So you're basically using AI as your own prompt generator, basically. So you know what? I'm going to create a new agent right now and demonstrate this in action. So I have created a new agent from scratch. And for additional languages, I'll select all of it, and then first message, you know what, I'll just create a system prompt. So I'll just create a dentist again. So create a receptionist for dentist for Nebula dentistry, who answers questions, handles customer support, and books appointments. Yep, so as you can see, it just created a new agent just like that for me. And yeah, just with AI. So let's go over the prompt now. So personality, you are Luna, the friendly and efficient virtual receptionist. So yep, it described its personality well, and its task, its environment. So yeah, environment, this would be like context basically. So you're interacting with patients over the phone. You have access to the appointment scheduling system. System caller ID is the patient's phone number. So this would be the number that they're calling from, I assume. Tone, yes, it described it really well. Goal, so yep, this would be like the task in my perfect prompt formula. Answer questions, customer support, appointment booking, guardrails, rules. So do not provide medical advice, that's good. Protect patient privacy and confidentiality, this is good. Avoid expressing personal opinions, that's good. Professional demeanor, escalate the matter to a human staff member. Okay, this is really good. So it's really good so far. Tools. Okay, yeah, it's really good to state the tools that it has access to, so it understands when to use it and what it's used for. So appointment scheduler, so now I just need to add these tools to make the agent be able to actually use these tools during a call. Yes, it described it really well. Use this tool to check availability. You must confirm the date and time before finalizing the appointment. FAQ knowledge base. So yeah, this is just a call to the knowledge base, which you can use with the RAG agent that I created, which you can check the video for up here. Contact staff, so contact human staff. So this would be like call transfer that I assume to a human agent. So this entire prompt was generated with just one simple sentence provided by me and finalized by the AI. So for something like that, it's very amazing. It's very impressive. Obviously, it does need a bit of work. I need to improve it a little bit with my own style, but yeah, with just a simple prompt, this is pretty amazing. So yeah, kudos to ElevenLabs. I really love this feature. So I really hope to see this feature in retail in the future. LLM. So yeah, LLM cost starting from June 21st, it's going to be passed on to you. So in the future, you have to pay these fees over here. So yeah, for example, like Gemini 2.0 Flash, like 0.11 cents a minute. So this is very cheap. And Gemini 2.5 actually performs very well. I love Gemini these days. I just use it. So, you know, I'll just stick to Gemini 2.5 for this video. And yeah, GPT 4.1 is more expensive, so 1.44 cents a minute. So yeah, I just stick to Gemini 2.5. You should as well. Yeah, temperature, yeah, you can also like set it as creative, more creative. This is actually a new feature that was added. You can customize it yourself, or you could just have it creative. I'll just set it as creative. You can add your knowledge base here. So all the documents that I added here, so the knowledge base, I'll just add this knowledge base. And then yeah, you can select RAG as well for increasing the maximum knowledge base size. So being able to store and add more information for the agent to refer to during a call. And yeah, tools. So you can add your own custom tools here, as well as ElevenLabs native tools. So if you go into add tool here, so yeah, you could add skip turn, your own custom tool, and you could also add language detection. So this is what enables ElevenLabs agents to switch seamlessly between different languages. So yeah, I'll just add this as a tool. And then yeah, you could transfer to an AI agent or to a human. So to an agent that that you created. So I'll just add a rule here. So I'll just select an agent. So any agent that you have previously created. So yeah, I'll just say dentist receptionist, and condition would be, I'll just make something up. So if they want to speak to the boss and head doctor, even though it isn't, but yeah, I'm just adding it for this video. And then yeah, you could also add something like transfer to human. So yeah, you can put your own phone number in here. So if you want to transfer to a human agent, and yeah, this is something that you should always put in here in case that the call does need to be escalated to a human. So just put the person's phone number and tell it when it should make the call transfer to the person. And if you want to add more agents that it can transfer the call to, for example, let's say you want to transfer it to a different agent, then yeah, you could select it here. So yeah, if they want to talk to John Wick. So under voice, you can select the voice as well. So yeah, we'll select just Lori for now. And for multi-voice support, so this is a feature that allows you to switch between voices when there's a different language being used or something like that. So let's go in here and voice label, voices. So yeah, you can select the voice that you wanted to change to. Anna Kim, yes, same as agent. So you can make it like go 11 Flash, 11 Turbo, multilingual. I'll just select it as same as agent. For language, let's say Korean, because yeah, this is for a Korean voice. So use this when speaking Korean. We could add this voice Korean. And then yeah, if you want to add something else, let's say for example German, for example, let's add Dana German. So use this when speaking German. Flash, I just like to turn it on because it's cheaper and it's faster. It's slightly lower quality, but I feel like the trade-off is usually worth it. So if you go into ElevenLabs like documents here, so yeah, you could select multilingual. It would probably be the best for multilingual use, like pure multilingual use, but it's also the slowest as well. And I think this is outdated as well. It's still 2.0, whereas Flash and Turbo, they're now 2.5. And yeah, you can see that Turbo, it has lower latency, but it does have higher quality. But I prioritize speed, so yeah, I'll just select 11 Flash for this demo, and then change all of these as well, like stability, speed, similarity. I've already went over it in my previous ElevenLabs video, so I won't, but yeah, you can check the video up here if you like. And yeah, let's go to analysis. Yep, it's basically like the same thing really. So yeah, you could select all the data that you want to collect. So like phone number, like booking time, things like that. And yeah, evaluation criteria. So this is just to determine how like successful this call was based on your own criteria, because you know, like every agent is going to have like a different success criteria. For example, like if a booking was successful, which wouldn't be relevant for like a tutor, for example, for education. So yeah, add your own criteria here. Security, so looks like, yeah, so here's a post call webhook. So this is where you can create a webhook to send your end of call report. So you can override it in the settings. And there is also the option to override the initiation calls. You can override this again from the settings. I recommend you do this for each agent because you might be getting information about the caller from like different sources, for example, or for like different purposes. So the purpose of each agent will be different. So now ElevenLabs also supports text, not just voice. So this is a trend when it comes to like the voice AI platform. So now AppP and Retail, they both support text agents, aka chatbots, and now ElevenLabs is doing the same. So yeah, let's go on to advanced. And also voice flow, they've also introduced a voice feature a while ago. So all the platforms are now combining voice and chat. Anyways, yeah, you could select the RAG configuration here. And yeah, this is how it collects information from the knowledge base. So English and then multilingual. So if you have knowledge base in another language, you would want to select this. You can also choose how long you want to keep data. And yeah, the default here is 730, so 2 years. You could, yeah, delete audio, and yeah, you could also turn off store call audio. So this would be essential for HIPAA compliance if you're working in like the medical field, for example. So now let's test out this agent. Hello?
Hello, thank you for calling Nebula Dentistry. My name is Luna, and I'm the virtual receptionist. How may I assist you today?
日本語話せますか?
はい、日本語で対応できます。今日はどのようなご用件でしょうか?
혹시 한국어 가능하세요?
네, 한국어로 말씀하셔도 됩니다. 무엇을 도와드릴까요?
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Ja, ich spreche Deutsch. Wie kann ich Ihnen heute helfen?
Habla español?
Sí, hablo español. ¿En qué puedo ayudarle hoy?
혹시 어떤 서비스를
저희 네브라 덴티스트
Unfortunately, the call cut off there for some reason, but yeah, as you can see, it was switching seamlessly between languages. And I also noticed that the voice had switched when I spoke German, and also when I spoke Korean to it, it switched the voice to Anna. So I was actually really impressed by that, but to be honest, I wouldn't add those, as it feels kind of weird if the voice suddenly like changes in the middle of a call. And also I noticed that when I was speaking Spanish very briefly, it had weird accent. What I usually do recommend when like creating a multilingual agent is you would want to select a voice that was recorded in the voice that you wanted to be multilingual in. So if you're creating an agent that's mostly like German speaking, you would want to choose a German speaking voice. Anyways, yeah, I'll just like test out Korean, but like, yeah, I'll delete the Korean voice and I'll try again. I'll see how, yeah, Lori is with speaking Korean. Hello?
Hello, welcome to Nebula Dentistry. How may I assist you today?
혹시 한국어 가능하세요?
네, 한국어로 말씀하셔도 됩니다.
무엇을 도와드릴까요?
혹시 어떤 서비스를 제공하시나요?
저희 Nebula Dentistry
Okay, so yeah, the call cut off unfortunately. Yeah, this might be because this is like for test purposes. Even for a test, this was not acceptable, but yeah, in just that brief moment, like I could tell that like the voice was switching. Like it was kind of like hallucinating, I guess, but otherwise it spoke Korean very well and it switched. As for the actual language skills, it's really good. I'm not sure about the reliability just yet. However, I have provided a link to some of my friends. They have tried it in different languages, so in like German, in Japanese, in Chinese, and Hindi, and they all said it was really good. Just hope that the testing becomes more reliable in the future. Let me know how like deployment goes if you do decide to deploy an ElevenLabs AI agent. But yeah, for testing right now, like the errors, I'm not really happy with it. But yeah, what my friends have told me about testing out the ElevenLabs agent with this link here, they've all liked it. So yeah, I hope that yeah it stays that way. And as for pricing, free tier you get 15 minutes for free. Starter, so you get 15 minutes for $5. So this would be about like yeah 10 cents a minute. $22 for 250, so that's about 8.8 cents. Pro 99, so that would be, let me just calculate that quickly. So 99 divided by 1100, that would be like 9 cents a minute. Scale 330 divided by 3600, that would be like, yeah, 9 cents. And business, so this is the highest tier, it's also the most expensive, so this would be like the most appropriate if you have a lot of clients, if you're an agency owner, or if you're a larger scale business. So 13,000 minutes for 1 month is a lot. So anyways, I'll just quickly calculate this. This would be like 9.6 cents. So yeah, it's usually around like 9.6 cents a minute plus the LLM costs which will be added on after June 21st. So yeah, these prices, they're not the best, but they're also like not too terrible either. But if you use up more call minutes than what is provided to you, it's going to cost you an extra like 12 cents a minute, 11 cents, 10 cents a minute. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But yeah, usually around like, yeah, 9-10 cents a minute. So yeah, the price is okay, I guess. And also just one quick thing about the price. So yeah, let's say it's like 9 cents on average, right? So yeah, 9 cents plus the LLM cost, which will be passed on to us. So yeah, Gemini 2.5 Flash, so this would be 0.42 cents a minute, so it would be 9.42 cents a minute. So yeah, I think the pricing is fair. So diving right in, as soon as you go on to conversational AI under the ElevenLabs menu, you can see these options here: dashboard, agents, call history, knowledge base, phone number, outbound settings. So you can see outbound is a new feature here. So if you go into outbound, here you have the option to make batch calling. So this is a similar feature to batch calling in retail, and what you do here is you upload a spreadsheet or a CSV file to provide ElevenLabs a list of phone numbers to call. So this would be used in the case of lead database reactivation, where you call all the leads in your database. So for example, if you have a old database of leads that you haven't talked to in over 6 months for a real estate firm, and you want to call them over a period of just a few days, then this would be the feature to use. So what you do here is you want to select create a batch call, and then yeah, you can name your batch call here. So let's just do sample, and then for this one, you have to select a phone number, so you have to link it by Twilio, and I haven't linked a Twilio phone number yet, but yeah, this is where you add it, and then you can select an agent here. So yeah, I'll just quickly do one. And then recipient, so you have to upload a CSV file, and one of the columns, it has to have a phone number. So I have prepared a quick sample. So yeah, you could prepare something like this: first name, last name, phone number, and then this is just like the list of phone numbers that the ElevenLabs agent will be calling. And then you can select the timing as well, so you could start the batch call immediately, or you could schedule it for later. So it'd be really useful for database reactivation, or you could use it for automating a list of follow-ups that are overdue. So let's say you want to call all the people that are attending an event the day before the event to remind them of the event and to answer any questions that they might have. So that would be a good use case as well. So those two use cases would be really useful for creating a batch call. And here under phone numbers, you can add a phone number here. So you can import a number from Twilio or SIP-Trunk. So if you're using a phone provider like Telnix or Vonage, then you can only import it with a SIP-Trunk. But since this is just a quick video, I'm not going to import this, so you can try it in your own time. So here is the knowledge base section. So this is where you can add your knowledge base, such as your website, your FAQs, internal documentations, things like that, and to provide information about your company or your services. So there are 3 different ways to add a knowledge base. So you can add it by URL. So you can just enter your website name here, so like apple.com, whatever, just put it in here. You could also add a file, so you can add a EPUB, so which is an ebook. You could add a PDF or a doc or a text or an HTML, so only these file types are supported. But it's really nice that you can add an EPUB, so an ebook, to this knowledge base, meaning that you could add like a textbook, for example. So you could create an AI assistant that helps tutor students that want to learn math. And 21 megabytes is a lot. So by adding a textbook to the knowledge base, you're able to create a tutoring assistant that knows everything about the math subject that it's tutoring the student on. So you'll be able to create a powerful assistant. And yeah, you could also just add the text here. So you could just like copy and paste something. But yeah, I would just usually just go with files or URL. Now we are under settings of conversational AI. So conversation initiation client data webhook. So this is the webhook that you would use when you want to retrieve the information of the person that's calling. So So when somebody calls the number that is linked to your ElevenLabs agent, it would trigger a webhook call to find information about whoever has this number, so it can find out this person's name and remember it and refer to them by name. So for example, let's say John called 3 days ago about an order, then yeah, the agent would greet John by saying, "Oh, hey John, good to have you back. How's it going? How did your order go?" Something like that. So this is a really good way to personalize a call and workspace secrets. So if you go on to workspace secrets here, you can securely store a value that can be used by the tools. And once added, the value cannot be retrieved, meaning that this is something that you cannot access once you add it. So this will be really good for retrieving like passwords, for example, like API calls that require like an access token, or that requires a password that obviously you do not want to expose to anybody else. So if you have any sensitive information, passwords, access tokens, things like that, you should put it in here. And finally, we have the post call webhooks. So this is a webhook to transfer the end of call report and to provide you with information about the call that just ended. So for example, like if the call was successful, what the transcript was, and the user sentiment, things like that. And in the case that you want to make an outbound call, so yeah, if you go onto the API docs here, API reference, so you would want to scroll down to conversational AI, go to ZipTrunk or Twilio, and then you can select outbound call via ZipTrunk or Twilio. If you import a number by Twilio, then you want to use this. You would import this into N8N or Make.com, whatever, and then put an agent ID, phone number, and 2 numbers. So this is what you would want to use if you want to make an outbound call, but without batch calls. The only thing I don't like about the new batch feature is that there is no option to make an outbound call in the actual menu. So let's just go back to that. So there is no button here to make an outbound call to a single number. Retail has that, but unfortunately ElevenLabs doesn't. So I really hope that they add a button like that here in the future. So that's it for this video about ElevenLabs new conversational AI 2.0. So I really liked how well it seamlessly switches between languages. It's amazing, and this would be really good for a multinational company that frequently talks with people from various backgrounds, such as hotels or hospitality, or if it's a multilingual country such as Belgium or Canada, for example. I think this is a really good agent to build multilingual agents on. However, I just wish they could add a feature where I could just make an inbound call just directly from the settings rather than make an API call. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below. If you want an agent like this built out for you, then book a call with me down below. And if you want a one-on-one AI consultation with me, whether you want to start a business in AI or just learn AI so you can implement it in your business, then fill out the form down below and I'll get back to you personally. I won't use AI to contact you, I promise. So that was it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.